also going to try to be brief because I know Austin has a very long speech planned out tonight.
I do.
Last year I got up here and it was unexpected. I didn't know I was going to be saying anything, so I prepared a little bit more this year. So what I just kind of want to say is my college basketball career, it really didn't go as planned. I can count on 2 fingers how many points I scored in college. I can remember every game that I played in. I always try to remind Coach Thompson before big games, the key to winning is to put me in, because every time I play, we win by more than 20 points. His response is usually, well, what came first, us winning by 20 or me putting you in? In a strange way, my career has kind of become a story that most people don't believe. I started at the lowest levels of college basketball in Division III, and I ended up finding myself just being a captain on a top 25 program and playing on national TV, ESPN. My career has been kind of a bizarre combination of hard work, stubbornness, and a really good mix of well-timed luck. More often than not, I've been reminded by coaches in high school and in college what I can't do, like dunk and run fast. And every time, just through an unwillingness to quit and be denied just a dream that I've had, I've been able to exceed expectations. My coach at Rochester, he told me the 2 greatest assets I had as a player was the stuff between my head and the stuff between my ribs. And then he told me that I would never play at Rochester. He was right, I didn't really play at Rochester, but I landed at Georgetown, and this led to a lifetime of memories. I've treasured every second playing for the Hoyas because I know what it's like not to be a Hoya. I feel incredibly blessed to be part of a program like this where we eat well. We have a huge fan base. We play at the Verizon Center. Not every college basketball player gets to experience things like that. And I'm just so well aware of how lucky I am. I'm part of a historic program that's steeped in tradition and honor, and I feel so much a part of that. I'm so proud to be a Hoya, and I hope that my contributions to the program have continued the tradition of excellence we have our basketball team here at Georgetown. There are a lot of people I want to thank, and not everyone's going to get mentioned, but first and foremost, I really want to thank Coach Thompson. When he decided to take me on the team as a walk-on, he told me that he called around DC to some of his sources, and that his sources said, "You'll never regret taking Ryan Dougherty on the team." He still hasn't told me who those sources were, but Coach, I hope those sources have proved to be correct. Thank you for taking a chance on me and always trusting me. You're the finest coach I've ever played for, not just because of your skill in the huddle, but because of your character and your commitment to the team as men first and basketball players second. I'd also like to thank your dad, Big Coach Thompson. There are a few constants in life: death, taxes, and Big Coach sitting on that wooden chair in your Clemens gymnasium. Coach, the advice that you've given me and the stories that you've told me are life lessons, and I'm never going to forget that. I'd like to thank our assistant coaches, Coach Hunter, Coach Brennan, Coach Kirby, Coach Prue, and Coach Freeman. You've all been integral to my development as a basketball player, and you've always handled business with class and integrity, and those are 2 characteristics that are far too often lost in college basketball. I'd really like to give a special thank you to 2 people who have gone kind of above and beyond the call of duty for me. The first person is Mike Hill. I've known Mike since high school when I was a 175-pound shrimp, and I told him I wanted to get bigger and stronger and faster, and he has helped to maximize my potential as an athlete, as low as that ceiling may be. And he's helped me to recover from 2 surgeries and come back even stronger. Mike really knows the stuff that he does, and he's really important, and I couldn't be here without him. Ms. Michael is the second person, and people have already talked about her a little bit. but she spends hours and hours. This summer, she spent so much time with me, helping me rehab from ankle surgery. She drove me up and down to Baltimore to see doctors, and she even invented a specialized tape job to help me get through the last 3 months of my junior year. She's really good at what she does. She cares so much about the health and well-being of every player, and she contributes to our success. Without her, we wouldn't be the team that we are. I want to thank you to our academic coordinators, Ms. Lisa, who's not here, and Mr. Howes, and you guys are getting me a Georgetown degree next month, and I'm forever indebted to you for that. I'd like to thank all the friends I've made in the Georgetown community and the Hoya Hoop Club. Karen Schneider and the Heffernan family, the Goriellos, the Bezzozis, Al Bazo, and Joe Leonardo, so many others. You've been really helpful to me. It's been a pleasure getting to know you over these past 3 years, and somehow you even got my Uncle John, who's a Notre Dame graduate, into the Hoya Hoop Club. I have no idea how that happened. I'd like to thank my friends who have come out to the games and supported and cheered me on. They made creative signs and painted their faces. You guys are the best friends I could ask for. Thank you. And then I would like to thank my teammates, my fellow seniors, CJ, Ray, Austin, Chris, and Julian. Guys, our run ended way too early this year, but we have a lot to be proud of. We share a bond that I'm always going to remember. When I look back, I know I'm going to see the wins and the good things, never bad things about seasons. I'm going to remember how hard CJ and Ray worked. I'm going to remember how Julian practically became a member of the Marines this summer with Greg Roberts, and was getting up at 6 a.m. to work out every day. I remember how Austin couldn't stop smiling in the locker room after we beat Cuse for our first time at the Dome. And then my roommate, Chris Wright, who probably sees way too much of me, I'm always going to remember the Big East Championship game and how he played harder than I've ever seen a player play in a basketball game before. He wanted that game so badly. You guys are great friends, great people, and I know that we're all going to remain friends for life. Lastly, and no offense to everybody else on the list, but this is the most important, I want to thank my family. My 2 brothers, Patrick, he's at the Naval Academy Prep School, he's a good lacrosse player. My brother Kevin, who's actually the best athlete in the family. 2013, if you want to take notes on that. St. Albans.
We shouldn't have to recruit him.
He's a pretty good student, but he could use the talking to after this. Kevin, I've always tried to be a role model for you guys, but it always ends up that I learn more from you guys in the end. You're my best friends, you love me and support me. I want to thank my parents who drove me all over America to practices and games. They sat for hours in cold gyms just to help me achieve my goals. You have always pushed me to be the best that I could be, even when no one believed in me, and you told me never to give up. Without you, none of this is possible, and you've given me the keys to open doors I could have never dreamed I'd be able to open. Thank you, everyone, for an awesome 3 years here at Georgetown.